All right. So I thank you all for being on our team call tonight. It is, I don't even know today's date. It is, let's see here. It is Monday, November 3rd. And tonight on our Team Tubby to Tone call, we are discussing the one thing that will lead to success in this business. So during this call, I'm going to address something that I feel is key and necessary for you to understand in order to really see your business to grow, to see success with this and to understand, what you have control over with your business. So before we do that, I do want to let you guys in on a few announcements in case you guys haven't seen already. So let me go to the announcement post I posted. If I can find the sucker. Hold on. I'm sorry. I thought I had this pulled up. Okay. So a couple announcements. I have not announced the winner for the 3-day refresh kit yet, but that will happen tomorrow. I also want to let you guys know that, the same thing that we did in September and October, we're doing for November as well. So whomever hits at least Success Club 5 for the month of November and is a personally sponsored coach underneath me or underneath Kevin, and you do not have a diamond upline that is other than me, I am going to award one of you guys, if I get at least, hold on, let me meet that person. Okay, so if I get at least 10 people who hit Success Club 5 throughout the month of November, I am going to give away a free copy of, are you ready for this? Insanity Max 30, which comes out in December. So I'm going to go ahead and put my name on the wait list, and then I'm going to reserve a copy for you. And once that sucker is revealed and it is given out to the public where we're all able to order it, I'm going to order a copy for you and send it right on over to you. So this is an awesome incentive to make November strong. We had a really strong October thanks to I want to say, I can never remember the name of that. I want to say it was the World Cup, but it wasn't the World Cup. The Fall Classic. Thanks, Jess. I'll never remember that. But yeah, so we had a really strong October thanks to the Fall Classic. So I want us to have a really strong November. So be working towards helping, reach out to people. That is where you're going to make the connection to be able to hit Success Club 5 is if you're reaching out to people, if you're being if you're being consistent, if you're reaching out to new people, if you're adding new people to your list, there's no reason why you cannot have that copy of Insanity Max 30 coming to your doorstep in December. We also had a 5-day surge that started today. So the 5-day surge is a new training that we're doing. I tested it out a couple weeks ago, and we had a lot of success with this. But it looks like, there's not much activity going on this time around in our 5-day surge group. So I want to, reiterate the idea that if you want success with this business, plug into the 5-day surge. It's like a new coach training. It helps to build a foundation for your business, helps to provide you with some kind of momentum and some kind of understanding about the key things that you need to be doing on a daily basis to see success with your business. And this Thursday, we are hosting a What is Coaching presentation. It's going to be a Zoom chat just like the one we're doing right now. And on this call, I'm going to be presenting about, what it means to be a coach. I'm going to be disabling anybody's objections. I'm going to be providing my own story and a couple other stories from coaches on our team who've had success with the business. So, be inviting people to that. If you really want to see success, make sure that you're getting yourself to Emerald. And if you're already at Emerald, make sure that you're persevering and you're pushing through to see Diamond become a reality and Star Diamond to become a reality, because that means that you're helping people. You're paying it forward and your business is growing, and all that hard work that you're putting into this is something that, you're finally seeing the fruits of your labor. And I also want to let you guys know, too, that next Monday, the 10th, we're starting our Become a Badass group. So if you haven't invited people to that group, invite people, because that group is going to be hot. That's going to help teach people how to really honor themselves, how to understand that their life is worth so much more. And if you get people who are involved in that group, that's going to probably just roll them right on over into them becoming a coach. Because if you haven't read that book sets them up with the idea like, dude, you can pursue so much more. And so they can get that through this book and through the coaching opportunity. So let me get into the real meat and potatoes of why you guys are on this call. So the one thing that will lead to your success in this business is, no joke, it is you. It is not anybody else. It is not comparing yourself to anybody else. It is not because one person has an advantage over another person. It is not because one person is prettier than you are, or more athletic, or more in shape, or it's because they're from an area where a lot of people reside. The one element to this business that will lead to your success is you. And that's it. It doesn't rely on anything else but what you do as a coach. So let's go over that. What does it look like, with you stepping up to the plate and accepting full responsibility for your business? Well, for one, with inviting, are you inviting enough people each day? I talked to somebody who said, you know what? If people are consistently talking to 3 to 5 new people, that's new people, 3 to 5 new people that they're adding to their list and they're talking to on a daily basis, there should be no reason why that coach is not getting people on board with challenge packages, isn't getting people on board with free groups, isn't getting people on board with coaching opportunity. If you are consistently, day in and day out, adding 5 people to your list and reaching out to those people, whether that be you have to go through other people's Facebooks, people that you went to school with, you're looking at their Facebook and you're looking at their friends list to see who it is that you might have mutual friends with, or maybe that's being involved in a group on Facebook that is common to your characteristics that you're looking for in somebody who would be a coach on your team, you're within your target market. Or maybe even that's somebody that you've met along the way by doing sporting activities or doing different hobbies and things that have been getting you out of the house, or maybe at your job. Adding new people to your list is going to help you have fresh new people that you can be reaching out to build your business. Another thing with inviting, a lot of people are like, well, hell, I can't even make Emerald. Are you reaching out to, at the very least, 5 people each week about coaching? Monday through Friday, are you finding one person who you think, like this, you're not overanalyzing their situation. You're not making you're not saying, oh, this person wouldn't be interested. You're not doing any of that. You are not assuming that they would not want this. But you go ahead and you ask 5 people each week at the very minimum, have you ever considered coaching? Now, if you are, let's say, adding 5 people in 1 week, so 5 people, if you're talking to 5 new people a day, in 7 days, that's 35 people. But in a week, let's see, I can't do math, so I'm resorting to my calculator. So in 1 month, if you were talking to 5 new people, that's 140 people that you now have on your list. That's 140 people that you could be reaching out to in regards to coaching. That's 140 people that you could be adding to free groups, or you could be inviting to the 21-day fix challenge groups, or our Become a Badass group. So if you are keeping your conversations fresh, if you are meeting new people, if you are actively inviting, and by actively inviting, I recommend adding 2 people to a group per day. That's 2 people to a free group. That is 2 people to one of our 21-day fix groups or some other kind of fitness or Shakeology, buy your own Shakeology group, whatever that is. You cannot tell me that out of 140 people, all 140 people are going to turn you down. That there's no way in hell that somebody is going to turn down you. You cannot go through 140 people and have all 140 people tell you no. So the second thing with your business, if we are making you the CEO of your own business, you need to be proof that the product works. So there are some coaches who are just barely scooting along with this. And when I look at it and I look at why they're not having success versus why other people are having success, the key commonality that I see is that the people who are not having success with their business have not sought or seen a program all the way through to completion, and they have not posted their before and after photos. Now let's look at this, guys. There are so many ways that you can get before and after photos. You can get before and after photos in 3 days with the 3-day refresh. That's one of the reasons why I started this 3-day refresh group, is because it's one of the best ways that if people are lacking in having examples and proof that they are proof that the product is working for them, then the 3-day refresh is a great way to get them on board. It's a great way for them to obtain results in 3 days and to share that. And you better believe it that if you have results, people are going to want in on your Kool-Aid. You know, they're going to want to know, like, dude, what is it you did to get these results? And they're going to want to do the same thing. So by getting your own results, by being proof that the product works, that is going to help you so that you can get people on board with this. You know, people want to know, does this work? And if you have that first person experience, if you have that testimony, that's going to get people involved. That's going to get people where they're going to say, you know what, all right, it worked for you, I'll give it a shot. Then the third thing, if you are the CEO of your own business, you need to get your mind right. For the longest time, when I was really struggling with this business, it was because my mind was not right. I was not in the right place and the right mindset to be somebody who could be a CEO. I neglected to do the personal development side, and I neglected to do it because I thought, oh, I'm okay. But to be honest, I mean, we all have something we can work on. We all have skill sets that we can develop. We all have better ways that we can become better human beings. There are not many multi-level marketing kind of companies out there, like, I'll tell you what, Herbalife or Body by Buy, whatever those companies are, they are not teaching their coaches to be better human beings. I've spoken with other coaches who belong to those network marketing companies, and they're not doing this aspect. And that's why they have a really low retention rate. That is why people will become coaches underneath Body by Buy, and they don't stick around. And that is because they are not building the skill set, they are not building the confidence and learning that belief within themselves. Because that belief within yourself, if you're selling a crappy ass product like Herbalife or any of those other products, if you have the belief, if you have the confidence in your heart and in your mind, and you know without a shadow of a doubt, like, dude, this product sucks, but I'm going to make it work. Like, I am going to, you know, there's no reason why you cannot have success if you do not, you know, the belief just has to be there. So have the belief in this. Develop your mind. Develop the understanding that you can do this. That is why I'm doing this Become a Badass group, because I feel that we have so much potential on this team, but one of the things that slows a lot of people down is that they don't have the mindset yet that they can do this. And, you know, for me, the longest time, I compared myself to other coaches. I compared my results and my success to what I saw other coaches do, especially when you have other coaches who, for instance, Meg Wikzinski, who is a top 10 Beachbody coach and happens to be one of my best friends now. We joined Beachbody at around the same time, and we both kind of were discount coaches, but I remained a discount coach longer than Meg. When I started seeing the success Meg was having, it really sucked. It sucked to see somebody having such amazing success. But then again, though, I had to think like, well, Kelly, of course she's having success. She's doing the things you're not doing. She's reaching out to people. She is proof that the product works. She is developing her mind. She's developing her skill set. She's being consistent. But, I would have never had that come to Jesus epiphany with myself if I wouldn't have taken a deeper look. And that deeper look came to me through doing personal development. By being able to reflect on myself and being able to understand by doing this personal development. Personal development has you go and work on yourself from the inside out. You will never achieve anything if you don't believe it wholeheartedly in your heart that you can achieve it. So if your mind is telling you one thing, if you envision being this diamond Beachbody coach, but you have that little inkling feeling, like that little stupid voice on the inside of your head telling you like, yeah, I don't know, like that, you might be overshooting it. You might be trying to be too successful way too quickly. Well, then do not be surprised if it's really hard for you to get to diamond. Do not be surprised if it's really hard for you to get to emerald and you keep telling yourself, I'll never find anybody who wants to coach. Or it is so hard to find coaches. It's so hard because you think it's so hard. Whatever it is that you're thinking is what's going to manifest. And that's what you're going to see become a reality. So if you do have that inkling, little annoying, nagging voice within your head that's telling you that you won't have success or you cannot become a diamond coach or nobody will want to work with you because you're still 10, 20 pounds overweight, those things are going to hold you back big time. So if you want success, tap into the personal development and grow the understanding in your mind and grow that belief within yourself that you got this. Because, dude, guys, if I got this, anybody can have this. It's not like I'm not wearing a bra right now, okay? I'm not wearing a bra right now. I'm sitting here having this conversation with you guys about how to be successful. Like, anybody can do this. Like, dude, it is not rocket science. Like, man, come on. Like, let's do this, guys. So the next thing is your schedule. So if you... Good, yay! We're all not wearing bras. Burn the bras. We're free. But yeah, I mean, so if you want success, you also need to be the CEO and the boss over your schedule. So freaking Donald Trump, Bill Gates, the late Steve Jobs, they weren't just like, oh, like, I think I might put in some Apple work right now. Or Steve Jobs was just like, hey, maybe we'll go vaccinate in a week or two. Like, maybe we'll do that. No, they have clear-cut plans as to what they're going to do in their schedule and when they're going to do it. So a CEO knows what's going on with their time because they understand that their time is money. And they don't want to be wasting their time. They don't want to be wasting precious time that could be, like, dude, 15 minutes of time getting lost into Facebook does nothing for Bill Gates. 15 minutes of him applying himself into his business could mean that that man is making additional $10,000 in 15 minutes. Like, so you need to understand how valuable your time is. I know that I've heard this time and time again from coaches, and they'll say, I just don't have time for my business. I don't have time to do this, X, Y, and Z. Okay, I can understand that because I've felt totally like, dude, where am I going to fit my business in? When I used to be working and when I used to be going to school, I was wondering, like, how am I ever going to fit this business in and make this work? But the truth is when I was wondering when I'm going to have this time to be reaching out to people and doing X, Y, and Z with my business, I still had that time to check my Facebook newsfeed. I still had that time to scroll through my Instagram feed. I still had that time to watch The Real World and the Jersey Shore. Like, Teen Mom was one of my favorites too. I don't know what I was thinking, but I had time for those things. So a real CEO, a boss, they prioritize. They understand that their time is going to equal money for them. So in the time that it takes you to like people's Facebook profile photos, or, to watch that new cat video that's just going viral on everybody's Facebook news feed, the time that you could have been spending watching that could have been valuable time spent reaching out to people. So what you need to do, what I want to share with you right now too is I've been working with a guy from corporate, from Beachbody. He's been helping our team get to elite. He's been talking with me. This is like one of the coolest things. Like, once you become a diamond coach, Beachbody starts connecting you with corporate people who keep you accountable. So I've been having weekly calls with this guy who is helping me and helping us to become elite coaches. So in having these calls, I had this call with Jeff today, and he said, what we need to do is you need to tell your coaches, all right, the first 15 minutes that you are on Facebook, whether you're getting on Facebook in the morning and you're sitting on the toilet and you're doing your deed and you're going to town, whatever, instead of spending that time, and I'm guilty of this, I'll spend like 15 to 20 minutes on the toilet beyond what I need to because I'm scrolling through my Facebook news feed. Yeah, see? I'm scrolling through that Facebook news feed and I'm not doing what I should be doing. I'm just mindlessly going to town, keeping interested in what other people are. Yeah, see, we all do it. But yeah, I'm sitting there just scrolling through it, doing nothing that pertains to my business. And my freaking legs go numb because I'm sitting there for so long. Don't tell me I'm the only one who that has happened to. But dude, you get butt marks. I've had that too. I've had like elbow marks in my knees, like from sitting there, like. But so we're all guilty. Yeah, I know this conversation's ridiculous, but we're all guilty of wasting our own time. And so what Jeff said is you need to make it a priority. Tell your coaches, look, that 15 minutes that you're spending in the morning or that you're spending mindlessly while you're at work and your boss isn't around, reach out to 5 people. Reach out to those people then. Spend that time. Reach out to those 5 people. Knock that off your to-do list. Bam! Just clear that off your to-do list and then scroll through Facebook all you want. Well, don't really do that. But, honestly, though, get those 5 people out of the way. That's one of the biggest things that you could do to build your business, aside from having your own personal results and being, doing your personal development. The one thing that you need to be doing is you need to be contacting and reaching out to people, whether that's new people on Instagram, new people on Facebook. Boobs are free, and I don't even know what that says. But just be reaching out to people at the store. People look at their phones all the time, and I'm guilty of this, looking at my phone when I have a fit person standing right next to me, or I have somebody who is like 100 pounds standing next to me, and all I could do is just build a little relationship and be like, hey, I really enjoyed talking to you. You should look me up on Instagram. What's your Instagram information? Or, hey, what's your Facebook information? And connect with people. Invite people into your life. Invite people to get to be your friend. That's what being a coach is all about. So don't let your schedule be something that holds you back. Schedule that time in and make it just unwavering. Make that time unwavering. Do it, be about it. Be your own boss. Don't let me micromanage you. Do not make me like message you like, hey, how's it going? Like, I want to be well aware that I'm working with independent people who get this. And so, block out that scheduled time. We all have the same hours. We all have busy lives. We all have things going on. Beyonce has shit going on, but look what she's getting done in her 24 hours. Like, we can all do this. If Beyonce can do what she does, if freaking, let's see here, we got Chris Ballmer from Cleveland, Ohio. He works for the Cleveland Cavaliers, which is whoever, LeBron James plays for them. He works with them 70 to 80 hours a week, which is ridiculous. And I don't know why that guy is not retired by now, but he is $1 million earner from Beachbody, and he's only been working Beachbody for about 2 to 3 years. Somebody like Chris Ballmer does not become a success, especially when he has that much time. When he has that much time taken up on his own full-time job, his time with his business, it's not just like throwing it all together and finding out what works. He has a schedule. He knows what he's doing, and he knows when he's doing it. So be Chris Ballmer. If that dude can get $1 million with Beachbody in 2 to 3 years, working 70 to 80 hours a week, and he has a family, he has a newborn, he has different priorities and responsibilities, anybody can make this happen. So let's see, and your consistency. So another thing, if you are the boss, if you are the CEO of your own business, be consistent, because consistency is what people are watching out for. I just was talking to a coach tonight, and she said, I post and then I get crickets. Nobody responds. Nobody, no comments. And it's, you are going to have that. I'll post something and I'll think, dude, like, everybody's going to love this. And then I get like 2 to 3 likes. But we have to keep in mind that Facebook has that stupid Facebook affinity, which basically means that if you do not connect with people, if you're not liking their stuff or commenting or reaching out to them or being involved in their Facebook life, then you two will never pop up in each other's news feeds. So we have that working against us. Facebook is trying to work against our business, but that doesn't keep us from not going forward. The real power in making your business work is being consistent. If you're being consistent, you're going to pop up in more news feeds. If you're being consistent in reaching out to people, liking people's things, if you're being consistent with your Facebook post or your Instagram feed, people are going to see you. People are paying attention. You need the consistency there. So, when she said, people aren't liking my stuff, I said, are you being consistent? No, she wasn't. And who is going to follow somebody who's inconsistent? If they're inconsistent with their own lives, subconsciously we think, well, I'm not going to want to work with that person. How is that person going to help me? They can't even be consistent with their own job or with their own health. So if you want the most success out of this, as the CEO of your own business, be consistent. Don't fall off the cliff. Even if you have 100 million things going on in your life, I guarantee that you could still make a post that is going to add value to somebody's day, because you're already spending the time on Facebook. There's so many people who spend so much ridiculous time on Facebook, but are they helping people? They could be. Are they making money? They could be. Are they adding value to people's day? They sure as hell could be, but most people would rather bitch and moan and complain and fuss and live out drama on their Facebook. Like, add value to people's day. Be consistent with being positive and adding value and allowing people into your life. Nobody wants to follow a negative Nancy. Nobody wants to follow somebody who is just always posting about news or about fitness even. So add value. Make it interchangeable. Write down 7 to 10 things you enjoy and be consistent in posting about fitness, but also about those other things that you love. Because you are not just fitness. You have a life outside of this, and you want to show people that. So be consistent in that. And by being consistent, people will see that you stick around for yourself. Well, you're probably going to stick around for them. And I tell you what, too, 4.5 years from now, when you're still working your business and you see other coaches who slipped off and fell off, they're going to look at you and they're going to be like, dude, man, I wish I would have had what it took for Jess or Carolyn or any of those. They had so much success with this. Why not me? And it's because you're consistent. It's because you made the decision that you're going to stick around. And they're going to look up to you and they're going to be like, man, well, she must have something that I didn't have. And that's, their limiting belief on themselves. But the truth is it's a simple formula. You are your boss. You are the CEO. You're being consistent. It's what we have to do. Let's think about it. What a Beachbody coach has to do in order to make $1 million compared to what, let's see, a blue collar worker, a construction worker has to make or has to do in order to even make $50,000. How much does that blow your mind that we get to sit on a computer and basically Facebook for a living and make money? That's what we're doing. We're Facebooking, but we're Facebooking with intention. We're Facebooking with a purpose. And we're able to make a 6 to 7 figure income doing this, whereas some people have to bust their ass day in and day out to make money. Dude, it's a simple formula. Just follow it. Finally, so with you being your own CEO, you need to lead the way. You need to lead the way for your team. So, I mentioned a lot of people, they sit around and they're like, I can't hit Emerald. You probably cannot hit Emerald or you can't advance to that next stage because you have a limiting belief or you have this ceiling about yourself. You are only going to attract the people who are going to be within your sphere. So let's just say you are somebody who is depressed. You are somebody who hasn't done your personal development. You haven't gotten any results. You haven't been able to sign anybody up with a challenge package. Now, why? Why have you not been able to? Well, if you look deep enough, you'll see that you're not being consistent. You haven't had the results. You haven't achieved your goals. You haven't worked on your personal development, so you haven't become a better, healthier person inside and out. You are not going to attract somebody who is a go-getter, who is a rock star, who is ready and willing and raring to go. If you want to be attracting the rock stars, if you want to be attracting the coaches to your team who just get up and go and take off, you need to be that coach. Be the coach that you want on your team. If this is you, you're never going to get a coach underneath you to go anywhere above you. They're just always going to cap out to where you cap out at. Now, if you yourself advance your skills, if you advance your mindset, you can get coaches on your team who are in the same mindset as you. So if you're sitting here and you're like, dude, this is speaking to me, do something with it. Because there's only so much you can do by listening and by taking notes and by, holding on to every word that I'm saying, like you're going to fall off your chair because you're just so enamored with what I'm saying. And that's giving me too much credit. But, you can only do so much if you don't take action. So if you are that coach who you're trying to get people on your team and you're just, it's like freaking pulling teeth. Look at yourself. Are you doing the things that you would expect a coach to do on your team? Are you being that coach? Are you being that rock star? If you're not, take a deep look at yourself and you know what? Write it out. Write out the things that I talked about, what you're not doing, and make the decision to do them because all it takes is a decision. We let fear stop us way too much, but the decision to let fear stop us, you can make the decision really quickly to say, you know what, screw this. Other people are doing this. Other people who aren't as advanced as me, people who aren't, we always have this idea that we'll never be as good as somebody else, but there's somebody looking at us saying, I'll never be as good as you. So understand that you can be better. You do not have to compare yourself to other coaches, because comparing yourself does nothing to build you up. If you want to advance, you must look at yourself as the CEO of your business and know that the power in having more with this business really, truly relies in you. So that is it, guys. I feel like I've talked your ear off, but, truthfully, this November, we have the power to do some incredible things. This is the time when people are getting ready to make New Year's resolutions. They're looking into what their options are. They're looking to detox after Thanksgiving in order to look hot for the holiday season. Well, let's find those people that are trying to look hot for the holiday season. Let's help them, but let's get them on board with a lifestyle change. Let them discover that they can be addicted to health, that they can be addicted to wellness and to being better and to feeling better and to being a healthier version of themselves. We have the power to help so many people and to do some really epic stuff. So let's do it. Let's make this November strong. Let's look at this and be like, dude, this was like a changing point. This is where change started to happen. This is where results started to occur, goals started to happen, and lives started to change. So let's start this November off strong. I thank each and every one of you for being on the call, and I'll be posting the recording very soon. So thanks a lot, guys, and have a good night.